Hello there! Today I'm going to show you a series of CoolSums, CoolSums. Well, let's just get started. So today this is our problem, but it's so easy I wouldn't call it a problem. Well, right here, Joel took 4/5 of an hour to do his chores. It took Haley 1/8 the time it took Joel to do his chores. How much time did it take Haley to do her chores? So basically, it took Haley 1/8 of the time. That makes sense. So our little thing right here that I want to explain is of always equals to multiplication. So that will be a cheat sheet. Right here we have another cheat sheet where are basically instructions. The first instruction you need to remember is up and down. Now when you're multiplying the sum, you need to go up and down, and if that doesn't work, you can move on to diagonal. If diagonal doesn't work, then you can move to left and right, and then at the end, once you change the number and all, which I'll explain later on, you simplify further if needed. So yeah, let's get started. So we're going to start by writing 4/5 times 1/8. I would recommend putting it in line. Oops, my bad. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go and read this. So up and down. Now does 4/5 go into 5/5 in any times tables? So that will be a no-no. So then we'll move on to this side up and down, and that doesn't work either. So we're going to move on to diagonal. So 4 and 8, of course it goes. It could either go, well, it goes better in the 4 times table, so we're going to work with that right now. So in the 4 times tables, let's read the 4 times tables. So it would be 4, 8. So the first one is definitely 4, so 1. We're just going to put a 1 right here, and the second one is 8. So we're just going to put 2, and this is just going to replace the numbers. And basically, once you're done with that, this is the equal when you just add everything or times everything together. So of course, 1 times 1 is 1, and then 5 times 2 is 10. And what we just did was left and right, and to get the 1/10, we just did the bottom line, and that's basically our answer. Here's the next question. Let me just read it to you. It says, Lucas cut a board which is 3 1/5 feet long and 3 1/3 feet wide. What is the area of the board? Express your answer in simplest form. Now, what we're going to do is, since this it's width plus length, we're going to multiply. By multiplying these two mixed fractions, to find the area, we are going to get our answer. So let's just get into that. Now, since this is a mixed fraction, we need to turn them into an improper fraction, because obviously it will be not possible if we multiply it while it's a mixed fraction. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 3, 5, and 1, and this is just one of the questions right here. And we're going to do 5 times 3. So that's going to be 15, and then you add the 1, which equals 2, 16, and then the bottom is 5. So this is our improper fraction of the first one, which we did within 2 seconds. And for the next one, we're just going to write that really quickly as well. This is 3 1/3, and 3 times 3 is 9, plus the 1 equals to 10. And of course, don't forget the denominator, which is always the bottom one. So the denominator basically stays the same when you're getting the improper fraction. So now that we have both our answers, we are going to turn them, we're going to multiply them and then turn them into a mixed fraction. So how we're going to do that is we're going to set them together using our cheat sheet, and we're just going to put the numbers in more of a neat form. So our first rule is up and down. So we're going to go from 16 to 5, which does not work. So we're going to go from here to 10 to 3, which does not work. So we're going to go diagonal. 16 and 3. That will not work. 10 and 5 will work. So let's just get into that. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the 5 times tables to get into 5 along with 1. So we're going to write our 5 times table here. Oh, and we only need 2. So 5, 10. And this is going to turn into a 1 because it's the first one in 5 times table. And the 10 is going to turn into 2. And now what we're going to do is do 16 times 2. So that is going to be 32. And 5, as in 5 is gone, but 1 times 3 is going to be 3, of course. And this is our final answer. And not really final, but we need to turn it into a mixed fraction, of course, because all the options are mixed fractions, and also because it started with a mixed fraction, it'll end with a mixed fraction. So how we're going to do that is we're going to write our 3 times tables.
15. Just add it up.
Okay, so as you can see, 33 is more than 32, of course, so we're just going to leave that as a no, and we're going to use 30. So we count from how many we got. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's going to be 10. Now, since we used 30, there's still a 2 left in this, and we can't just leave it nowhere because 2 is a lot. So we're just going to basically take the 2 and put it right here. And this is going to be our next little addition. And what we're going to do right now is we're just going to add in the denominator, which is 3. And so this is the answer.
Select